So now, for the play-by-play, let's join announcer Jeff Conley.
From the Aptos High School Baseball Park, welcome to the Channel 3 Sports Game of the Week. This afternoon, a Santa Cruz Coast Athletic League baseball game between the homestanding Aptos Mariners and the Soquel Knights. Hello again, everyone. I'm Jeff Conley, working by myself this afternoon. Hope you'll sit back and enjoy this one with us. Have a good time and enjoy the pictures we'll be presenting to you this afternoon. In your picture now, the umpires discussing the ground rules with the head coach Dennis Thomas of Soquel. He's with the orange-billed hat, of course, with his back to us, Bob Beach. On his right, or now in the center of your picture, is Leo Bedard, the veteran umpire. He'll be on the base paths, I think. And behind the plate will be Mark Violante. Let's take a look at that Aptos defense. Down at first base, that's Matt Jacobs. Second baseman this afternoon for Aptos, Sean McDonald. Brandon Nizal will play shortstop. Mike Murphy is at third base. Out in left field, Noah Hall. Center fielder this afternoon for Aptos, Jamison Pfister. And the right fielder is Jeff Simpson. Behind the plate, Jason Wolf. And the pitcher this afternoon for Aptos, the starting pitcher will be Jason Quillen, a right-hander. No wins, 2 losses thus far in 1993. He's pitched 8 innings, given up 11 runs, 10 hits, struck out 8, walked 7, and has given up 9 earned runs thus far in 1993. So Aptos will be playing their first league game here this afternoon at home in this season that's been postponed just a little bit, moved back just a little bit because of the rains that have hit the Central Coast in such force this year. Leading off for Soquel this afternoon will be Sal Archdeacon. He's the second baseman. He'll be followed by Jose Flores and Giuseppe Chiramonte. Nice crowd filling in here this afternoon at the Aptos baseball field. Not dedicated as yet. No formal name has been given, but it is the Aptos High School baseball park. The parents here last year got together and built themselves a very fine booth, which we are enjoying the comforts of here this afternoon. And the entire facility is in grand shape indeed. So it'll be Deacon, Flores, and Chiramonte. Archdeacon, the second baseman, comes into this game batting .324, 10 runs scored, 5 stolen bases. Soquel with a veteran squad. Been told by the park announcer here, Dave Cece, who's to my right here in this marvelous booth this afternoon, that most of these Soquel kids have been together since Little League days, and they're really the veteran baseball team around. The San Lorenzo Valley Cougars, perhaps the preseason favorite coming in, but Soquel obviously with their 2-0 record making a significant early run, and with this veteran squad always a threat. 5 stolen bases for Archdeacon, 6 for Flores, who follows him, and then 5 for Parachi, who bats in the 4th spot. And the pitch from Quillen, and the game is underway. Taken low for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch is right down the pipe for strike 1. 1-1 the count. Mark Violante is your home plate umpire. Signals being given by John Clay, who's coaching at first base for Soquel. Ground ball over the head of Quillen. McDonald has it. And there's 1 out on the board. Archdeacon grounds out to open the baseball game, and the batter will be Jose Flores, batting with no one on, 1 out here in the top half of the first inning. Soquel visiting Aptos, scheduled for 7. Flores batting .300. He's the center fielder. Pitch from Quillen, curveball stays inside for ball one. They call this place the Homer Dome. Although the Aptos Mariners have but one home run amongst the gang of them so far this season. Grounded sharply to short, and up with it is Nizawa. The throw to first base is in time, and there are two out.
Now batting number 9, Giuseppe Chiramonte. On deck, Barat.
So Giuseppe Chiramonte will come up for his first at-bat this afternoon, batting .439 in 1993. 7 RBIs, 4 doubles, and a home run. Batting with the bases clean here. Top half of the first just underway at Aptos. Channel 3 Sports, game of the week. First pitch to Chiramonte outside, 1-0. Well, and now at the sign he likes, comes to the plate and throws it just a little bit to the outside. The count goes 2-0. Looked like he aimed that just a little bit. That's 290 down the left field line here at Aptos. Very comfortable spot for the hitters to aim at. We've seen a few go over that fence in our days here. Grounded to third. Murphy, the long throw, can't get it. It's wide. And Chiramonte will hold first base, and some good backup work down there by Sean McDonald. So I don't know. I'm going to call that an error 6, but that might be a little, or error 5 rather, that might be a little strict. That was a difficult chance. So Chiramonte at first base with 2 outs. Here comes Mike Parachi. Parachi batting .242. Chiramonte with no stolen bases to his name, or if they were, they were not. If there are, they were not reported. Well, we'll see how they play this one with 2 outs. As Quillen now works from out of the stretch for his first time this afternoon. That one just gets away from Jason Wolf, the freshman catcher here for Aptos. So Chiramonte stands at second base in scoring position with those 2 outs, and gets second base on a lot of nothing, really. Soquel likes to press the issue. They're pretty quick on the base path. As Quillen comes to the plate, Parachi rips that one foul. And the count will go 1-1. What a difference a week makes. Last week, rain. This week, springtime upon us. And so is baseball. Chiramonte gets his lead at second. Quillen got the sign, comes to the plate. Parachi swings, lofts it. It'll be left and wide and out of here. Foul ball, strike 2. Count 1-2. Parachi batting, Weaver on deck. Parachi with a 1-2 count. Chiramonte, the runner at second. 2 outs, top half of the first. Line drive, base hit, center field. Chiramonte rounds third, hits the plate. Throw will be cut off, and the Soquel Knights lead it 1-0 here in the top half of the first inning. On a base hit by Parachi, who capitalizes on the mistakes made in Chiramonte's behalf. Chiramonte scores run number 1. A single and an RBI for Parachi, and the pitcher, Chris Weaver, is up. Batting 5th, 382 his average. Left-hander. Rounds the first, offering down a short, and Nizawa goes to second for the 4th play. Parachi is out. The Aptos Mariners are out of the inning, but the Soquel Knights score 1 on 1 base hit, couple errors. They leave no one on at the end of 1/2 inning Soquel 1, and the Aptos Mariners coming to bat. Okay, we'll move to the bottom half of the first inning. Let's take a look at the Soquel defense. Down at first base, Mike Parachi. Sal Archdeacon is the second baseman. At shortstop, Trevor Martin. Jake Brazil is at third. That's Jeff Brown out in left field. Jose Flores in center. John Athenauer in right. Giuseppe Chiramonte is behind the plate. And pitching this afternoon for the Soquel Knights is Chris Weaver, the left-hander coming into this game with a record of 1-1. Pitched 13 in the third innings, given up 12 runs on 15 hits, struck out 5. Has walked 9, his earned run average 3.68. 3.68. Leading off for Aptos now is Noah Hall. He with the big freshman year, batting .409 here in his sophomore season, trying to avert the jinx at the plate. Looks at the first pitch in this afternoon, takes it for a ball. Noah Hall with 8 RBIs here in 1993. He'll be followed by Brandon Niizawa, then Jason Quillen. Pitch to Hall is ripped foul, right side. Over the first base camera, being manned this afternoon by Rusty Reed. John Boucher over there on top of the third base dugout at the third base camera, and in the big white Channel 3 sports truck, Jeffrey Charon is at the helm. The pitch from Weaver is flied towards right field. Athenauer has a beat on it and makes the catch, although he made it interesting. There's one out. So Hall gave it a ride, but Athenauer stuck with it, and there's one away here in the bottom half of the first inning. The Soquel Knights leading by a score of 1-0. Guy pulling all the levers here this afternoon is Chuck Saltzman. He's the technical director, in charge of I'm not really sure what, being the liberal arts guy that I am. Bunted down towards first. I don't think they're going to get there in time, and they don't. As Brandon Niizawa beats it out for an infield base hit.
Now batting number 3, Jason Quillen.
With one out here in the bottom half of the first inning, it'll be Jason Quillen to bat. Tim Cece on deck. Quillen batting .333, has 2 RBIs for the season. One out, the Mariners at home, trailing by a run. And a pitch from Quillen. I beg your pardon, from Weaver. It's to Quillen, his opposing pitcher this afternoon. Quillen watches it go by for ball 1. Both pitchers batting in this baseball game, which will often happen in high school. They usually are amongst the better athletes. Tim Cece on deck is the designated hitter. They count 2-0 to Quillen with Niizawa at first. Bob Beach signals to Quillen, who stepped out and got the timeout. Now Weaver goes to first. Niizawa, not much of a lead, which figures given the left-handed pitcher on the mound. Just can't tell about those lefties. Now Quillen's back in. Weaver will go to first again. Cece on deck to be followed by Mike Murphy. As Quillen and Cece keep it alive for the Aptos Mariners. Pitch to Quillen, chopped foul left side. Count 2-1. One out, 2-1 pitch is high. 3-1, the hitter's pitch coming up. Weaver looking just a little bit uncomfortable out of the stretch. Up to the plate, pitch is taken for a strike. Throw down a second is not in time. Under the tag goes Brandon Niezawa. So a stolen base for Niezawa. Aptos with a runner in scoring position with only one out. The count now full to Jason Quillen. Niezawa gets a minimum lead off second. Weaver comes to the plate. Ground ball by Quillen to the right side. Goes through for a base hit. Rounding third and heading for home is Niezawa. The throw is not going to be on time as Niezawa just gets under the relay. From Athenauer to Parachi to Chiramonte. But the Soquel Knights have seen the Mariners tie it up here in the bottom half of the first. A 1-1 baseball game. So a single and an RBI for Quillen. Here's Tim Cece. Left-handed batter, designated hitter, batting .353 coming into this game. Swing and a miss. The throw down a second. Not in time, and now it's the Mariners that are running on the Knights. So the Soquel Knights came in with a reputation for being the running team, and now the Mariners are giving them a little of their own business. Second stolen base of the inning. Back-to-back singles have a run in. The Mariners have tied it up. And Tim Cece at the plate with the go-ahead run, Jason Quillen at second base, and still only one out. Strike two on the corner. Kind of a strict call there by Violante. So a 0-2 pitch. Weaver has one to waste. Does not, brings it right in. Catches Cece swinging, but Cece's going to get the first base on the drop strike by Giuseppe Chiramonte. So a break there for the Mariners. Cece's going to get first base. To third goes Quillen. And still with only one out here in the bottom half of the first inning, Mike Murphy will come to the plate. Murphy batting .250. Third baseman has 2 RBIs and a home run here in 1993. The lanky fellow stepped in with runners at the corners. Cece at first, Quillen at third. Weaver's pitch. There goes Cece. He is going to be out. And Quillen had it held at third. Now we've had 3 stolen bases. The runners are 3 for 4, but that time catcher Chiramonte wins it. Cece goes down 2-6 for the second out of the inning. Murphy will continue to bat now with a 1-0 count. And Weaver will work out of the windup. Murphy fouled it back over the screen there. Count 1-1. Ball and a strike, 2 outs. Quillen the runner at third. 90 feet away from an Aptos go-ahead run. We're only in the bottom of the first, and significant action already here in this one. Pitch from Weaver. Murphy looks it wide. 2-1. Two-1 pitch, a high fly ball towards left field. Back goes Brown. He won't get it. Throwing a new ball. That one's gone. A home run for Mike Murphy. Quillen scores. Murphy will score. The Mariners lead it 3-1 here in the bottom half of the first.
Jack Pfister.
So Weaver gets dinged by Murphy here in the bottom of the first inning. With a run in the top half, the Mariners respond with 3 in the bottom half, and here's Matt Jacobs batting .500. Jacobs the first baseman for the Mariners. Team leading 3-1 here. Curveball misses low, I guess, 1-0. Two-run home run for Mike Murphy. Out pitch low as well, 2-0. I don't know what Beach is up to there. Just keep swinging, he's probably saying. The Mariners are doing just fine. 3 hits, 3 runs in the inning. Grounded to short, Trevor Martin. Can't get it. He'll leave it in the dirt. And Jacobs has first base.
Now batting number 7, Jamison Pfister.
So error on the shortstop. And Jamison Pfister is up, the 7th batter in the inning for the Mariners. Pfister, the center fielder, batting .250, has 1 RBI for the season. 3-1 Aptos. Got the quick out against Noah Hall, who flied deep to right. Athenauer hauled it in. Then Nietzauer beat out an infield hit. Quillen singled. And the 2-run home run by Mike Murphy. That pitch misses. Chris Weaver's fallen on hard times here in the first inning. The pitch to Pfister, grounded right back at Weaver. Weaver will run it halfway, throw it the rest. Pfister is gone, the Aptos Mariners are gone. And not before they score 3 runs on 3 base hits. The big shot, a 2-run home run by Mike Murphy. And at the end of 1 inning, the Aptos Mariners 3, the Soquel Knights 1.
You're watching the Santa Cruz Channel, TCI Cablevision Channel 3, serving Santa Cruz County.
Hey, there's always something new happening at Antoine's. Now you can enjoy live jazz music with a delicious Cajun Creole champagne brunch every Sunday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. prepared by Antoine's new Story. The sights and sounds of Antoine's will transport you to the French Quarter to enjoy authentic Cajun Creole cooking at surprisingly affordable prices. And Antoine's is available for business and private lunches. Antoine's authentic Cajun Creole food and fun. Upstairs at 200 Monterey Avenue in Capitola.
Hi, Dan Gamble, Dan Gamble's RV Centers. Introducing the 1993 Coronado by Fleetwood, starting at just $39.95. A luxury motorhome, fuel efficient, all for just $39.95. The time to buy is now, and the place to buy is your nearest Dan Gamble's RV Center. Don't forget to watch this station, get your secret word, and register to win this brand new Suzuki Samurai free. RV with me, Dan Gamble. It's fun, and sometimes it's free.
How would you like to see over 40 movies every month?
You talking to me?
Presented uncut and commercial free.
Sure, why not?
Then subscribe to Encore.
Oh, I see.
With Encore, the 60s, 70s, and 80s. With a different movie presented every night in prime time.
They can't.
And you'll get it all for about the same price as a single trip to a video store.
Oh, yes, that's very good. I like that.
Get a look at all you've been missing. The best that Hollywood has to offer. Order Encore today.
Going fishing was always I was going to let go of many of my dreams. But when Mark Giblin started Monterey Bay Veterans Rock Cod and Salmon Derbies for physically challenged vets, I was able to reel some of those dreams back in. Last year, 300 vets participated in our program, and with a new wheelchair lift in the works, we hope even more will join us. With your help, the Physically Challenged Sports Fishing Rehabilitation Center can turn dreams into reality.
Fans enjoying it out there beyond the left center field wall as Jake Brazil steps in to lead it off for Soquel here now in the top half of the second inning. Already playing catch-up as the Mariners rally for 3 in the bottom half of the first. Soquel scored in their half of the first. They only scored 1. So here we are, 3-1. Top of the second. And 2 strikes against Jake Brazil, and Jason Quillen enjoying at least 1 batter's worth of 2-run lead. Pitch all the way to the wood. Off the top of the glove of Jason Wolf, the count goes 1-2. Beautiful, beautiful day here in Aptos. Channel 3 Sports Game of the Week. Santa Cruz Coast Athletic League baseball. Ripped and caught. Jacobs got about as far off the ground as he was going to get. Stuck that glove up there and tucks it away. A sharply hit ball goes in the book as out number 1 here in the top of the second. And with no one on, 1 out, the batter will be Trevor Martin. Shortstop for Soquel, batting .214. Pitch taken for a strike. Quillen comes out smoking here in the top of the second. 2-0 in league, the Soquel Knights. Aptos, no record as yet in league. Guess they played one the other day at San Lorenzo Valley and ended up in a tie. Ran out of time. Next week, daylight saving time coming. Right back at him. Quillen loops it, and there are 2 outs.
Now batting number 5, Jeff Brown on deck, half an hour.
With 2 outs, Brown is coming up. Jeff Brown, the left fielder, batting .176 here. He'll be followed by Athenauer, the right fielder, if he can get on. Quillen obviously feeling good here at that 3-run rally in the bottom of the first. Putting him right down the pipe, and Knights are swinging. That one's fouled away. It's our second baseball game here of our coverage in 1993. The first, of course, is that Cabrillo-Gavilan game. That pitch outside for a ball, 1-1. Jeff Brown batting, 2 outs, no one on. Top of the second for Soquel. As our softball game was rained out. This is our first game of the high school baseball season. Count goes 2-1. Got more baseball. San Lorenzo Valley and Santa Cruz coming up on April 19th. April 26th, Harbor and Monte Vista baseball coming to you here on Channel 3 Sports. Quillen's pitch taken for ball 3. 3-1 the count. Got a blank here on April 12th. Guess that's to be announced whenever Reed feels like announcing it. And the pitch is ball 4. He lost him. So just when you thought it was safe to come out of the water, and walk puts Brown at first base. Athenauer comes to the plate, the 9th batter in the lineup for the Knights. Athenauer, the right fielder this afternoon. Made a nice catch, or at least made it interesting on Noah Hall's leadoff poke. In the bottom half of the first inning, pushed Athenauer back. Athenauer looked like he might have had a little sun trouble there. It's the sun field. Now with his back to it, like to get something on this pitch from Quillen and won't. As it's a ball. One ball the count. Brown the runner at first. Quillen, a long look at the singles of Jason Wolf, goes to first with it. Always go over there if you don't like the sign. Likes this one, apparently comes to the plate, swung on and missed for a strike. Looks like he almost hit it, but it was around. Three to one in the top half of the second inning. Soquel batting and trailing as the changeup comes right across for a strike. 1-2. Nassenauer doing a lot of looking here, checking for the sign. Cheek slap and a thigh slap, whatever that is in the lexicon of Soquel signs. We're about to find out. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. So easy inning for Jason Quillen. The Soquel Knights are out at the end of an inning and a half. Aptos 3, Soquel 1. Well, I wish they all could be California girls. Going to the bottom half of the second inning here at Aptos. The Aptos Mariners lead at 3-1. Student body out here to watch this baseball game, enjoying it in the warm California sun. As Jeff Simpson will lead it off for Aptos. Look at the first pitch from Chris Weaver. And the count 0-1. 0-1 pitch, half a poke by Simpson. It's going to go as a strike. 0-2. Simpson, McDonald, then no ball. Scheduled in the bottom of the second for Aptos. No reason not to expect that same, I suppose, at this point in the game as Simpson protects the plate and fouls it back over the booth. Count will stay 0-2. Weaver's pitch to Simpson, grounded down towards Archdeacon, who makes the throw to first in time for out number 1. And the bottom of the second.
Now batting number 12, Sean McDonald on deck, ball.
So here's Sean McDonald coming up for his first at-bat of the afternoon, batting .333, 3 RBIs. Checked with Coach Beach. And it'll be lefty against lefty here. Squaring away to bunt, pulls it back, ball goes low and away, ball 1. Third baseman Brazil playing almost on the infield grass now. As McDonald takes that pitch for a strike. And I think the count is 1-1. 1-1 pitch, popped up, left side, giving chase. Brazil, Brown, over the fence. Foul ball, no harm. Strike 2. Swimming, track, all of those things coming up on Game of the Week. Sports Awards scheduled right now for June 1st. Senior athletes around the league, be checking your mail for possible invitations to that as an awardee. The committee meets nightly. The lights burn late at 106 Whispering Pines as decisions are made. Who is the best Santa Cruz Coast Athletic League? Been a terrific tradition, a wonderful show. 2-2 pitch on the way. That's high. Ball 3. 3-2. Okay. Ground ball. Mike Deacon's chance again. He got him. So a couple of putouts by Archdeacon have 2 outs on the board against the Mariners, and Noah Hall at the top of the batting order will bat. So John, I think John Clay is sending the signals in for Chiramonte, who then relays them to Weaver. We had all kind of fancy communication here this afternoon. Weaver's pitch to Hall, swung on, high fly towards right field, caught once again by Athenauer, who's taken 2 putouts from Noah Hall. The Mariners go down 1-2-3 here in the second. We've played 2 complete. Aptos 3 and the Soquel Knights 1.
You're watching the Santa Cruz Channel, TCI Cablevision Channel 3, serving
There's always a party at Larry's Surf and Turf on the Esplanade in beautiful Capitola by the Sea. If quality food and an unbeatable view is what you had in mind for lunch or dinner, Larry's is the place. Open 6 days a week, including Saturday and Sunday champagne brunch and Thursday night live jazz. Larry's is the hot spot on the Esplanade. Larry's specialties are made from only the freshest seafood and USDA prime beef. The local scene is gonna go crazy about Larry's Surf and Turf, 215 Esplanade in Capitola Village.
We got everything you need for having fun. We're Outdoor World.
We've got it all. The largest selection of name brand activewear for every season. Thousands of sporting goods, educational items, hunting, fishing, camping, hiking, surfing, swimming, skiing, biking, rafting, running, tennis track, bodybuilding, balls and bats.
We hear you for adventure. We're Outdoor World.
You are part of a dazzling new experience. It's more than the hottest new hard-hitting movies. There's no other channel like it. It's the Action Pay-Per-View Network. It's action, startling and explosive. It's shocking terror. It's fantastic sci-fi. It's outrageous, no-holds-barred excitement. And it's so hot, it sizzles. A phone call gets you all the action. Call to see the movies you want. Pay only for what you order. Call for Action Pay-Per-View.
Hi, I'm Rusty Reed of TCI Cablevision and a member of the board of Big Brothers Big Sisters. It's that time again when we're gearing up for our biggest event of the year, Bowl for Kids Day. If you'd like to come out and join the fun, April 17th or 18th at either the Surf Bowl or Cabrillo Lanes, then give Big Brothers Big Sisters a call. There's no time to lose, and remember, you don't even have to know how to bowl. Just have a good time.
I wonder what's being decided there this afternoon. Looks like a very serious meeting being conducted. A little more relaxed, and this guy's a little further along in the program than the others. Having a good time. As Archdeacon will lead it off for Soquel, and look at a pitch over his head for ball 1. We're in the top of the third, scheduled for 7. Aptos leads Soquel by a score of 3-1. Archdeacon takes ball 2. So Quillen, who came out to pitch the second inning full comfort mode, now looks a little bit disconcerted on the mound. He's thrown a couple of wild ones here to Archdeacon, one high and one low. There's the middle of it. But a little bit inside, ball 3. No out going on, and a swing pitch coming up. And a strike. Got a forearm scratch play. Popped up. Who's going to get it? Coming over towards and making the drop there is Wolf, the catcher, who had a little trouble with that from the get-go. I couldn't see it. It was above the screen here, and don't know how that looked coming down to Wolf, but anyway, he couldn't tuck it away, and the count's going to go to 3-2 as Leo, the veteran umpire Bedard, looks on from his first base post. Soquel Knights making a racket in their dugout, pretty excited about this 3-2 pitch coming up. Archdeacon rips it, but it'll be foul, and by a bunch. Maybe it's the fans. I don't know where that racket's coming from. Look in the dugout. It is the dugout. Sound like the 54 Dodgers. Archdeacon draws the walk with a little help from his friends. He'll be the runner at first with no one out to lead things off here in the top of the third for Soquel. Jose Flores will bat. Giuseppe Chiramonte next. Parachi after that. And this is the danger zone for Jason Quillen. 300, 439. Flores and Chiramonte. Here goes the runner, swung on and missed. Wolf's throw will be a little late. Stolen base for Archdeacon. Boy, it's tough to be a catcher. Little foul ball action. Take a peek in the sun. Have that twister come down. Very next pitch, the guy steals on you. And he's a freshman to boot, this Wolf. Talking about him for years to come as that pitch breaks in there nicely for a strike to Flores. Quillen on top of Jose. 0-1. Going out of the stretch. High ball. 1-1. Brian Parachi's the third base coach. Looking on there. The pitch comes to Flores. He struck him out. So good work there by Quillen. He erases Flores. And with one out, the batter Giuseppe Chiramonte. Chiramonte batting .439. Scored the only Soquel run of the game in the first inning. He got down to second on a bunch of nothing, and then Parachi brought him home with a single to center. Boy, he just stepping up there. He can't wait for that pitch to get there from Quillen. He doesn't seem to have a lot of velocity in the ball, but keeps it around the plate. Puts a little twist on it here and there. Just keeps working. With Archdeacon the runner at second. Quillen checks him, comes to the plate. Chiramonte looks and takes it wide. 1-0. We're in the top of the third. 3-1, Aptos leading. Soquel threatening. One out. Play settles here now. Quillen goes to second. No one's pulled. Looks like Izawa broke just a little early. Archdeacon not fooled at all. Not much of a lead at that. Now Archdeacon stretches it out a little bit off second. Chiramonte digs in. And the pitch from Quillen, a breaking ball that just nails the piece of the plate. 1-2.
No problem, Jason.
Well, and seems like he gets more velocity on the curveball than he does on some of his other offerings. He feels real comfortable with that pitch. And 1-2. He's outside, 2-2. A veteran Soquel squad against a considerably younger Aptos team. A couple of sophomores and a freshman out there that I know of. And probably more. The pitch to Chiramonte way inside. Comes back to the wood. Apparently got a piece of his uniform. He's going to take first. Archdeacon will hold at second.
Now batting number
So Archdeacon at second, Chiramonte at first,
Weaver.
and Mike Paracci to bat. Still only one out. 3-1 game. Paracci, then Weaver, then Brazil. The Knights continue to rally. Pitch to Paracci, ripped towards left, giving chase is Hall. He's going to see it go over the fence, throwing another ball. That one's gone. 3-run homer for Paracci. So the Homodome living up to its name here this afternoon. We've played just 2 1/3 innings, and we've had 2 home runs, a 3-run home run and a 2-run home run. This one, the 3 by Paracci, who makes it now 4-3. The Knights back on top.
Batting number 3, Chris Weaver. On deck, Brazil.
You just don't want to get runners on here, no matter what. That can happen on any swing. 3 runs across. That one's ripped over the glove of Sean McDonald. Base hit. Weaver with a single.
Number 10, Jake Brazil. On deck, Mark.
4-3 now. The Knights back on top. 3-run rally here in the third. A big poke, a 3-run home run by Mike Paracci. Chiramonte gets on, hit by the pitch, the walk to Archdeacon, so 1 base hit and 3 runs here. This one swung and popped up by Jake Brazil, giving chase down there is Murphy coming across from shortstop is Nizao, who makes the catch, and a good catch it was. Weaver holds at first. Now there are 2 outs.
Batting number 14, Trevor Martin. On deck, Brown.
And the batter, Trevor Martin. Martin grounded back to Jason Quillen his first time up in the second inning. 0-1 this afternoon. Batting it with 2 outs. 1 runner on. In the top of the third. Jeff Brown to follow if Martin keeps it alive. There goes the runner. Swung on and missed. Wolf will hold the throw. Stolen base for Chris Weaver.
He's standing right in your way. You throw through him.
Currently, the Aptos coach Bob Beecher is claiming interference, but he's not being listened to by anyone that matters. Stolen base will stand. Weaver's down there. One looks in for the sign. And the pitch to Martin, who swings and misses for strike 1. 1-1. That makes that 1-2. Count is 1-2. For our 2 outs, 3 runs are in. 4-3 the score. Pitch to Martin, swung on and missed. He struck him out. So Quillen strikes out Martin to end the inning. But the Knights score 3 runs on a base on balls, a hit batsman, and a 3-run home run by Mike Paracci. At the end of 2 1/2, it's Soquel 4 and Aptos 3. Must be Aptos fans there looking a little subdued as their club has fallen behind by a run now. It'll be the Mariners trying to play catch up here as we go to the bottom half of the third inning with Brandon Niezawa, Jason Quillen, and Tim Cece scheduled to bat. It's been a battle of the home runs. Two-run shot by Mike Murphy in the bottom half of the first inning, and then that 3-run shot by Mike Parachi in the top half of the third. They have accounted for most of the scoring. 4-3 is where we stand. Chris Weaver to work the third for Soquel. Swung on and missed. 0-1. Count even, 1-1. Shadow's getting a little bit longer here now as that sun takes its afternoon journey towards the Pacific with increasing haste. Still got an hour or so daylight left, maybe a little more. Scheduled for 7. We're in the bottom of the third. 2-1 count to Niezawa. Quillen and Cece to follow. Pitch inside. 3-1. Oh, he's trotting around. Oh, he's thinking. Bob Beach. Ground ball towards second. Archdeacon. Been steady down there this afternoon. Another put out. With one away, the batter will be Jason Quillen.
Now batting number 3, Quillen.
Quillen batting .333, 2 RBIs. Has scored a run in the first. Had a single, stolen base. A nice afternoon at the plate. 1 for 1. Batting here in the third. It's a pretty good game. And fell a little foul of things with that base on balls and the hit batsman. The homers are going to come here on any kind of good swing at all. Just got to keep the bases clean in front of them. Quillen failed to do that. Pays the price here, trailing by a run, but plenty of time left in this one. Grounded to third. Digging it up is Brazil. Classic third baseman dig and stroke. And Quillen is out number 2.
Now batting number 18, Tim Cece. On deck, Murphy.
So here's Cece. Made first base when Chiramonte dropped the third strike. And was thrown out trying to steal. 0-1 this afternoon up here for his second time. Batting in the third with no one on. 2 outs. Cece batting .353 coming into the game. Big fella looks and takes one away. 2-0. Weaver's pitch, ripped towards right. Base hit for Cece, solidly struck to right. Cece becomes first runner in the inning for Aptos. With 2 outs, the batter will be Mike Murphy. Murphy homered his last time up in the first inning. He's a home run in one at bat this afternoon with 2 RBIs. Cece really got around in that Weaver pitch, lefty against lefty. Murphy, of course, got around in that Weaver pitch in the first. He drove that thing over the left field wall. Miss Murphy, one of the fabulous sophomores here for Aptos, along with Hall. Came up mid-season last year. There goes the runner. No, he's back. Cece looked like he was going to try for a second. Was thrown out in the first inning. Doubt if they'd have him going in this situation with Murphy at the plate with one home run here to his name this afternoon and one at bat. But he gave everyone a start and then got back. And the 2-ball pitch to Murphy is foul ball. Great stop by Brazil and a perfect throw, but it's a foul ball. Violante was all over it. Close play down there, but home plate umpire Violante had the best line on it after all. He was right on top of it. He saw it wide of the bag, so Murphy has another life. Two outs there in the bottom half of the third. Aptos trailing. Drive CC back to first. Count 2-1 against Big Mike Murphy. Two sophomores, a couple of juniors on the field for Aptos this afternoon. Dribbled in front of the plate. Weaver makes the play easily. Murphy's gone. The Mariners are out here in the bottom half of the third inning with nothing across. They leave one runner on at the end of 3 complete. Soquel 4, Aptos 3.
You're watching the Santa Cruz Channel, TCI Cablevision Channel 3, serving Santa Cruz County.
Imagine yourself dining in several countries during one night, experiencing the exotic flavors of the Pacific Rim, savoring the delicacies of China or India, indulging in gourmet Thai cuisine, or relishing every spice from Asian civilization. The Pacific Rim Buffet captures the adventure in exotic dining, all in one place. At Aptos Station, book the Pacific Rim Buffet as your destination tonight.
If you're looking for carpet, you're looking for value that stands the test of time. Something that's beautiful now and for years to come. Warehouse Direct offers a wide variety of major brands at the lowest prices. Not your generic factory outlet, but a true discount store. Warehouse Direct will absolutely beat the price from any of those so-called wholesale price clubs. Warehouse Direct will not be undersold. So take advantage of the low prices and remember how much of your happiness depends on your choice of carpet. Warehouse Direct in Aptos. Call them today and compare.
No talk, no video, no commercial, ever. 30 music formats, CD quality. DMX. Call today for your free in-home demonstration. 439-5000.
A hospital is a scary place for a child. That's why it's important to have the family nearby. Family House was founded to provide nearby temporary housing for the families of children with cancer. You can help these children and their families by being part of the Jordan Stewart Memorial Golf Tournament at the Aptos Seascape Golf Course on April 23rd. The tournament will feature special guests Dave Dravecki and Julie Inkster. Family House provides comfort to families in a time of crisis. So please call for tournament information.
Kill it, whatever it is. Don't let it get on the field. Get it. Don't let it get in here. Jeff Brown will lead it off in the top half of the 4th inning for Soquel. They lead it 4-3 here. Quillen continues to hurl for Aptos. That one a little low, 1-0. No pitch to Brown, fouled back. John Athenauer scheduled to follow Brown. Top of the batting order, and Sal Archdeacon after that. Brown walked in the second. Batting 176 coming into the season. Looks at strike two, 1-2. Quillen's 1-2. Fouled away. We'll do it again. Brown, the left fielder for Soquel. Takes that one away. Counts even, 2-2. Soquel with a 2-0 league record. Aptos no record as yet. Left field, Hall makes the catch for out number one. There's just not that much space out there.
Now batting number 21, John Halfenauer on deck.
And Hall made it look easy. So one out, here's Halfenauer. Halfenauer struck out in the second. 0-1 for the afternoon. Looks at a pitch that just floats high. 1-0. Both pitchers have gone the distance. Quillen for Aptos, Weaver for Soquel. Had a couple of lead changes here. It was 1-0, then 3-1. Now it's 4-3. Soquel back on top. He scored in the first inning, 1 run. Chiramonte got the second base on a bunch of nothing, and Parachi singled him home. And Archdeacon in the third inning walked, and Chiramonte was hit by a pitch, and Parachi put it over the left field fence. 4 runs for Soquel. Murphy with a 2-run shot in the first for Aptos brought their total to 3. That's where we've been. 4-3. As we sit in the top of the fourth. Just about halfway through this one. And the 3-0 pitch. That get him? Ball 4, it doesn't matter anyway. Suppose it matters to Halfenauer. Not rubbing any place. I guess he evaded that. Ball 4 gets the walk. Halfenauer the runner at first. 1 out, top of the batting order, Sal Archdeacon. Batting .324, 10 runs scored, 5 stolen bases. Give him 11 runs scored. He came in on Parachi's home run. No pinch runner action. Steve Butita is going to go down and run for Halfenauer.
Now running for
Butita, number 19.
Steve Butita.
We'll see if he takes a position when we go to the bottom of the fourth. Isn't necessary, of course, for Halfenauer to stay out of the game. He can re-enter. We'll see if Butita plays a position. Park announcer here, Dave Cece, on top of the information here. It's been very helpful for me this afternoon as I labor alone in the spring sun. But it's a labor of love. Baseball, easy-going game that it is. Hope you enjoy all the pictures being brought to you by our crew this afternoon. Pitch to Archdeacon, way outside. 2-0. Quillen goes through these periods of being extremely comfortable in appearance and then not so. Kind of in and out. Butita with the lead now off first. 1 away here in the fourth. There goes the runner. Wolf can't dig it out of the dirt. Archdeacon stuck his bat out there and pulled it back. Wolf had a drop in front of him. Stolen base for Butita. They're the Knights with that running reputation. They have the runner at second base. Pitch on the way to Archdeacon is ball 4. And Quillen putting those runners on again by the walk or the hit batsman. 2 walks here in the inning. Runners at first and second, and Jose Flores to the plate. Flores nothing for 2 this afternoon. Grounded out to Niizawa in the first. Quillen struck him out in the third, and Bob Beach wants to have a chat with Quillen. Wolf, the freshman catcher out there, probably won't have much to say. These boys enjoying themselves and basking in the Central Coast sun. Pretty place, isn't it? Long shadows. Next week, daylight saving time. Right now, to you folks, we're doing this a couple of days ago, your time. So all the conferences have reached their conclusion. Jose Flores steps back in. Quillen will continue as the pitcher. Brings it to the plate. And the ball. Little low, 1-0. Utita at second base, Archdeacon at first. That pitch gets to the corner for a strike. Knights leading 4-3, threatening for more. Careful with the signs now. A couple of nod-offs by Quillen. Gets one from Wolf he likes. Pitch gets by Wolf. The runners will advance. It's Utita to third, Archdeacon to second. And as Jason digs it out. So now 2 runners in scoring position for the Knights. Only had 2 base hits. Scored 4 runs. Really maximizing here this afternoon. Well, it's been those walks. 4 of them. And a hit batsman. And they've got Quillen in these jams. Flores scored short. Niizawa will go to first. Get one. Yes. Run scores. Utita, the pinch runner, scores from third easily. Down to third goes Archdeacon. But Niizawa gets Flores at first for the second out of the inning. And here comes Giuseppe Chiramonte, who came into the game batting .439, scored 2 runs this afternoon. Hit by a pitch and then came in when Parachi homered right behind him. That in the third. We're in the fourth. At the first pitch, takes it for the ball. 5-3 the score now. Quillen and the Mariners fighting not to lose contact here against the league-leading Knights. And the pitch. Two 2-0 now to Chiramonte. Chiramonte looks at that one for a called strike on the corner. 2-1. Quillen, if anything, looking more comfortable now, despite the fact that a couple of runs in, throws this one a little to the right. Looked like he aimed it. And the count now 3-1 to Chiramonte, who with 2 outs will be most likely swinging away, and we could see Archdeacon make a run at it here. Ball 4, throw down behind Archdeacon, won't get him. The Knights will have runners at the corners. Chiramonte at first, Art Deacon at third, and Mike Parachi coming up. He homered his last trip. A 3-run shot over the left field wall, and Noah Hall could only peer at. And here he comes again. 5-3 the score. Beach has gone a ways here with Quillen. Don't see anyone warming up. Now Miller gets up. Mike Miller gets up to start warming up for Aptos. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness. Jason Quillen, who had Chiramonte just dead to right, overthrew it into left field. Archdeacon comes home with run number 6. As the good play was on there, good fake. They definitely were going to get Chiramonte in the pickle. But Quillen just overthrew his man. Threw the wrong one, actually. He had both Niezawa and McDonald there. He threw it at McDonald, who was nowhere near the bag, and it went into right center field. So an error by Quillen brings number 6 across for Soquel. As Mike Parachi, who homered his last time, continues at the plate, counting 0-1. Mike Miller over there warming up for Aptos. That pitch low. Wolf it out, throws to third, but not in time. Well, Wolf kept the ball in front of him. He just couldn't dig it out of the dirt. And a good chance to nail Chiramonte there, but cannot. So Chiramonte 90 feet away from scoring run number 7 for Soquel. 1 in the first, 3 in the third, 2 more here in the fourth. The Knights just keeping the pressure on. And the pitch to Parachi. That's going to get by Wolf as well. No harm this time. The count goes 2-1. Now Quillen and Wolf want to get their business straight. Mike Murphy comes in from third with a word or two of encouragement for Quillen. Now they just changed the count here to 2-2. Give him a strike on that last pitch. So it's all 2s on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the pitch is taken for ball 3. Hits to Parachi, grounded foul left side. Parachi's had quite an at-bat here. Count finally full. Weaver's on deck if Parachi keeps it alive. Quillen just trying to shut the door, just trying to get back to the dugout before it gets worse. 6-3 Knights. On the verge of losing contact. It's a short game, this high school baseball, scheduled for 7. In the top half of the fourth. A little out of sync here, the signs and rest of the business. Brian Parachi deals with batter Mike Parachi. Pitch all the way to the wood. Here comes Chiramonte from third. I don't know. Wolf hustled to get the ball off the wood. Quillen stopped just short of the plate. No chance to put the tag on Chiramonte. He scores run number 3 in the inning, run number 7 in the afternoon. 7-3 Soquel Knights. Parachi the runner at first base. Still those 2 outs, and Weaver coming up. Weaver is 1 for 2 this afternoon. Singled in the third, stole second base. There goes the runner here. Wolf's going to make the throw this time. Not in time. Stolen base for Parachi. One-0 the count to Weaver. Parachi the runner at second. The Knights just keeping the pressure on here. That pitch is a ball. 2-0. Jake Brazil on deck. Martin after that. And the 2-0 pitch. Way outside. Ball 3. This will probably be the last inning we see Quillen. Looks like he's here. He's had alternate moments out there of being uncomfortable and not. Definitely in a stage of not right now, and the 3-0 pitch is on the way. That's way outside off the glove of Wolf. Soquel Knights just keep moving around the base path. Runners at the corners again. Parachi's at third. Weaver at first. And here comes Bob Beach. Quillen's going to sit. And Mike Miller will come on. So your totals for Quillen.
For the Mariners, number 9, Mike Miller.
Quillen goes 3 2/3 innings. Gives up 7 runs. This is unofficial, but I think it's only 2 base hits. 7 runs on 2 base hits. The other guy has 4. I was a little ungenerous on a couple of mine. My pal Dave Cece here says 4 base hits. I actually have 2. I'll go along with him. He's more of an official here than me. I'm just a guest. So 4 base hits and 7 runs. Go in the books against Jason Quillen as he departs. Mike Miller comes on. Let's see what we can find out about Mike Miller. Mike Miller has appeared in 6 games so far for the Mariners.
Number 10, Jake.
No wins and 2 losses. Pitched 13 innings. Given up 22 runs, 27 hits. Struck out 10. Walked 4. Early in the season, stats not really indicative of potential, but so far I'd say Mr. Miller has not had a grand time of it on the mound. Jason Quillen certainly didn't. He was doing quite well for a while, but when you walk batters in the Homer Dome, you've got trouble. And someone's going to pop one sooner or later. Parachi did, and then here in the 4th, just couldn't get the outs. Troubled both ends of the battery actually that time. Miller pitched the 8th inning at SLV. Put him up and down in the gloaming, which is hard to do against that squad and has been hard to do for many years. So maybe Miller's coming on. Those tidbits brought to you by Mr. Cece. Anyway, Miller will face Brazil. Jake Brazil, who is 0 for 2 this afternoon, flied out to the first baseman, Matt Jacobs, on a sharply hit ball. Then flied out to Brandon Niezawa, who ran all the way from his shortstop position into foul territory on the third base side to get him out in the third. Changing catcher for Aptos. J.D. Bergman is in. He won't make the throw. Now the Knights will have runners at second and third as Chris Weaver just goes on the very first pitch. J.D. Bergman comes on here to replace Jason Wolf behind the plate for Aptos. Brazil pops it up. Niezawa says, I've got it. Yeah, he's a man of his word. Finally, the Knights are out, but they score 3 here in the 4th. One base hit, a couple of walks. At the end of 3.5 now, Soquel 7 and Aptos 3. Well, the hills are alive with the sound of baseballs here this afternoon in Aptos. I don't know if these guys are listening or not. I guess they are. More or less, probably to each other more than anything else. Another rite of springtime. Baseball isn't the only thing after all. So we'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Aptos trailing by 4 runs now. Chris Weaver's going to stay on the mound. We'll see how good he's feeling about things. The good news, he's got a 4-run lead. The bad news, he's been iced over there in the dugout for quite a while, as that was an extremely long inning. Matt Jacobs, the first baseman for Aptos, will lead it off. Came into the game batting .500, was safe on an error in the first. Jamison Pfister will be up after Jacobs. Jeff Simpson after that if Aptos doesn't start making changes. And the pitch to Jacob is ripped. Left field, base hit. Fielded cleanly by Brown. But Jacobs is the runner at first.
On deck,
Where's Anthony?
Bergman.
Here we go, Chris. Let's go, Sheldon.
Is that true or not? I don't know. You see the one out there? So Matt Jacobs, the runner at first after the single. Jamison Pfister at the plate for Aptos, swinging away. Nothing in 1 to count. Defensive change for Soquel out there in right field now is Butita. Remember, he came on to pinch run for Athenauer. Pitch comes to Pfister, and he takes it for a strike. So Steve Butita is the right fielder. Athenauer didn't come back in after the replacement. That pitch breaks inside. Chiramonte, good recovery, rips it down to second base, but Jacobs beats it up. He got him. Oh my goodness. He got him. Can't believe that Chiramonte actually threw him out. He had trouble digging it out, but the throw was just ripped down there. So 1 out and Pfister at the plate with a ball and 2 strikes. God, I had given Jacobs second base there. I can't believe he threw him out. But that's the way it stands. Pfister batting J.D. Bergman, who then at catcher is going to bat for Simpson. Wolf was the previous catcher. He wasn't batting. So these high school rules can make a big ink blot out of your scorebook. And you have to really concentrate to keep track of things in the end game. Ball 4. Del Pfister becomes the second base runner of the inning for Aptos, but he'll be the only one on safely, as Jacobs was erased by Chiramonte. So J.D. Bergman will bat for Simpson. Bergman's the new catcher for Aptos. Complete battery change there in the top of the 4th for Aptos. Miller came on for Quillen and Bergman came on for Wolf. Bergman the catcher. Weaver's gone the distance. Now working with a 4-run cushion. And that one just slapped Foul ball. Violante once again down the line. Sees it all as Beach wants to argue. Well, Beach is pointing at the line, but this is not tennis. He didn't like the call, obviously, but this is not tennis. Violante will not review. The appeal failed. Everybody go back where they started from. Beach pushing it to the max. Trailed Violante back to the plate. Of course, he turned around once Violante turned around. He doesn't want to leave the game. But Bergman will continue to bat. Swing and miss. Nothing in one. Or nothing in two. A foul ball and a swing and a miss. We have one out. We have Pfister at first. We got a 7-4 Soquel lead. We're in the bottom of the fourth. Aptos batting. That's popped up. Giving chase and making the catch. Jose Flores. So throws it back in, and the Aptos Mariners have two outs there in the fourth, and Sean McDonald will bat. Nice running catch by Flores that time. We've got a good jump on the ball. Two outs. McDonald batting .333 coming in. Grounded out to second baseman Arch Deacon in the second inning. Batting in the fourth, the left-hander with Pfister at first. That's popped up. Where is it? It's going out. It'll be a foul ball. Strike one. Heard a groan from the crowd. Bumped a car, I guess, in the lot. Whoa. Well, you know about the drag bunt. That was kind of like the throw bunt. McDonald got a little piece of it. Strike two. Two outs. Bottom of the batting order here for Aptos. They'll have another crack with the big boys. Noah Hall scheduled up next. Aptos been in a drought since that first inning. Knights have scored in 3 of their 4 innings at bat. Poke. Brazil. And the Mariners are gone. Nothing across here in the fourth. They get one base hit. They leave one runner on at the end of 4 complete. Soquel, Knights 7. Aptos, Mariners 3.
You're watching the Santa Cruz Channel, TCI Cablevision Channel 3, serving Santa Cruz County.
At some seafood restaurants, when you order fresh fish, you might be getting the big chill. So come out of the cold and into Seafood Mama. Seafood Mama has at least 10 different fresh fish entrees every night that we grill to perfection over our mesquite fires. And when we say fresh, we mean fresh. From our Hawaiian ahi tuna to Monterey-based salmon. So save the freezer for ice cream and warm up to the taste of really fresh fish at Seafood Mama. Crossroads Center, Capitola near Highway 1.
Feel the lift in the wings. Hear the wind in the wires. Open cockpit flying is a world all its own. Let us take you there. With Wings Over Paradise, you can just float along with the clouds on one of our sightseeing tours or thrill to acrobatic maneuvers where you take the controls. Be sure to bring a friend. Our airplane holds 2 plus the pilot. For the experience of a lifetime or a unique gift, call 662-WING.
I'm June Smith, Community Service Chairperson for the Scotts Valley Rotary Club. The best defense we now have against AIDS is a well-informed public. The Scotts Valley Rotary Club would like to share with you a powerful and thought-provoking film which brings home the reality of AIDS in a way that will touch you personally. It is the dramatic story of how AIDS changed the lives of 3 fellow Rotarians. Please join us on Cable Channel 3 for this special presentation.
Kitty World Toys recently moved, and we found cable advertising as one of the best ways to let our customers know where we were.
A lot of people have come in and said, gee, I saw you on TV and we saw your place. We thought it was great, so we came on down.
Advertising on cable television works for us. It gets to the most important people in our community, our customers.
I've been doing advertising for the last 20 years, and nothing has worked like cable television.
Call TCI Cable Advertising today at 439-5099.
Trevor Martin on deck, Brown.
Well, these fans maintaining their concentration here. Which is what the Aptos Mariners need to do here if they're not going to fall further behind. They got Mike Miller now on the mound. It's J.D. Bergman is the catcher. The batter for Soquel is Trevor Martin. He'll be followed by Jeff Brown and then Steve Butita. Defensive change for Aptos. Jason Quillen, who was pitching, is now playing right field. Jeff Simpson will take a break for Aptos. Swung on and missed. Miller coming off that good finishing performance up in the valley. Ahead of Trevor Martin here in the top of the 5th. Aptos, a couple more chances, of course. They'll go to the top of the batting order, and Noah Hall, Miyazawa, Quillen, and Cece. When we get to the bottom of the 5th, need Miller to make the stop here. Ground ball, base hit through the hole. Nice diving try by the slick fielding Miyazawa, but it's through. And Martin has first base and the base hit.
On deck, Butita.
Silva pitch runner.
Now changes galore. Soquel sends in Josh Silva to run for Trevor Martin. We'll see how that all turns out. Swung on, fly to center field. Under it is Pfister, who makes the catch. Score out number 1.
Now batting number 19, Steve Butita. On deck, Art Deacon.
So Butita to the plate with 1 out. Runner at first, Josh Silva. Came in to run for Martin, grounded towards short, to flip to second for 1, the throw to first, not in time. But the Mariners erased the lead runner, Silva. And there are 2 outs with Steve Butita, the runner at first. And Sal Archdeacon at the top of the batting order coming to the plate. Quickly to second now, Butita. The Knights continue to run and not been hindered in doing so at all by Aptos. Had Wolf at catcher, now Bergman. And just continue to get second base at will. They get first base, they're getting second base right on top of that. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs here in the 5th. Archdeacon at the plate. Walked twice, scored twice. That's been the problem for Aptos. They're letting too many runners on the easy way. And the hitters are bringing them home. Flores will follow Archdeacon. Archdeacon launches it towards left center field. Back goes Sister and makes the catch. So Aptos shuts out the Soquel Knights finally, this time in the 5th. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. The score remains Soquel 7 and Aptos 3. So Chris Weaver's first pitch of the bottom of the 5th to Noah Hall drops in a little bit low for ball 1. Ball's flight out to the right fielder Athenauer twice. Got a new man out there now, Butita. Maybe he'll have better luck this time. Not getting around on it. He's been staying to the right side. Hall, Niezawa, and Quillen scheduled to bat. Marin is right where they want to be in their lineup as Noah lifts it high towards right. No change there. Butita catches this one, and Noah's 0 for 3 with 3 strong pokes to right field.
Now batting number 11.
With 1 out, here's Brian Niezawa. Niezawa with a single in the 1st. Grounded out to the second baseman, Archdeacon, in the 2nd. Niezawa scored in the 1st ahead of Murphy's home run. Now in on the infield grass now is Parachi down at first base as the curveball is just nicked by Niezawa. Weaver had the lefty guessing. It's breaking away from Niezawa. Nice open stance at the plate by Niezawa as he looks and swings for strike 2. Weaver's really settled down. Behind 3-1 going into the 2nd inning. Now has a 7-3 run here in the 7-3 lead here in the 5th. That pitch way outside. 1-2. 1 away. Bottom of the 5th, scheduled for 7. Santa Cruz Coast Athletic League Baseball here on the Big 3. Channel 3 Sports. Best of local sports. A little chopper, and they're going to pick that up and put the tag on, and he is gone. Parachi unassisted. Niezawa is out number 2. Here comes Jason Quillen.
Quillen on deck.
Time beginning to go away now for Aptos. Top of the batting order, but first 2 are out. Quillen, then Cece, then Murphy. Somebody needs to set the stage. Now it's ripped towards left. That's a base hit, bottom of the fence. He's going to hold with a single. So Quillen with an off-the-fence single to left.
Now batting number 18.
Sets it up for Cece, who's 1 for 2 this afternoon. Struck out and got first base on the drop, 3rd strike in the 1st, then singled sharply in the 3rd, but was stranded. Cece, then Murphy, then Jacobs. Jacobs has a hit, Murphy has a home run, Cece has a hit. Well, these men have showed how here against Weaver this afternoon. They just can't put it together in any kind of a streak. That thing's low. That's Chiramonte move around that plate. He is one cat. And an arm. ball pitch is out for foul ball strike. No groan that time. I guess all the cars stayed safe. Somebody, I guess, going to wish they opened their sunroof. How many games have you seen, Leo? More days than most have been alive, I think. 2-1 the count. Big Tim Cece with a single his last time up in the third. Looks and takes. 3-1. Mike Murphy is next. The lead at first by Quillen. Swung on and missed by Cece. Count goes full. Weaver with a lot of grooming around the mound. Cece, very comfortable looking batter at the plate. And the pitch is taken for ball 4. So it's 2 outs with a single by Quillen and a walk to Cece. Now the Mariners with a couple of runners on, and the table is set for Mike Murphy, who homered in the first. Dennis Thomas going to come out and talk with Chris Weaver. Whose fabric is starting to unravel just a little here. He's given up a single and a walk. Meanwhile, in another part of the baseball area, the scoreboard keeps the tally. As Beach and Murphy talk near the third baseline. Soquel conference breaks up. Weaver's ready to go. Murphy at the plate digs back in. Murphy's ready to go. The runner at second, Quillen. DC the runner at first. 2 outs here, 7-3 game. Pitch gets by Chiramonte. The runner's advanced. Now a base hit could mean 2 if sharply struck. The big gap is in right center field. The Knights play Murphy to pull just a little bit. Right fielder Butita just stands all alone in the vast environs of right and right center field. Murphy lofted his over the easy care sign there for those of you familiar with the baseball park. And home run in the first. Weaver works very carefully to him. Comes inside for ball 2, 2-1. Chiramonte, just a wall back there. He turns himself into a cat whenever anything gets in front of him. Murphy, I may have found the gap. A good jump on the ball by Butita, who makes the catch and closes it down. That was where the space was. Murphy knew it. He struck it that way, but to no avail. As Butita puts him away for out number 3, the Mariners go down in the 5th with nothing across. We've played 5 complete. Aptos 7. I beg your pardon, Soquel 7 and Aptos 3.
You're watching the Santa Cruz Channel, TCI Cablevision Channel 3, serving Santa Cruz County.
Hey, there's always something new happening at Antoine's. Now you can enjoy live jazz music with a delicious Cajun Frio champagne brunch every Sunday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. prepared by Antoine's new executive chef, Edward Story. The sights and sounds of Antoine's will transport you to the French Quarter to enjoy authentic Cajun Frio cooking at surprisingly affordable prices. And Antoine's is available for business and private lunches. Antoine's authentic Cajun Frio food and fun. Upstairs at 200 Monterey Avenue in Capitola.
Hi, Dan Gamble, Dan Gamble's RV Centers. Introducing the 1993 Coronado by Fleetwood, starting at just $39.95. A luxury motorhome, fuel efficient, all for just $39.95. The time to buy is now, and the place to buy is your nearest Dan Gamble's RV Center. Don't forget to watch the station, get your secret word, and register to win this brand new Suzuki Samurai free. RV with me, Dan Gamble. It's fun, and sometimes it's free.
How would you like to see over 40 movies every month?
You talking to me?
Presented uncut and commercial free.
Sure, why not?
Then subscribe to Encore.
I see.
With Encore, you'll get the from the 70s and 80s. With a different movie presented every night in prime time.
They can't.
And you'll get it all for about the same price as a single trip to a video store.
Oh, yes, that's very good. I like that.
Get a look at all you've been missing. The best that Hollywood has to offer. Order Encore today.
Going fishing was always my way of dreaming. I've learned to let go of many of my dreams. But when Mark Giblin started Bay rock cod and salmon derbies for physically challenged vets, I was able to reel some of those dreams back in. Last year, 300 vets participated in our program, and with a new wheelchair lift in the works, we hope even more will join us. With your help, the Physically Challenged Sports Fishing Rehabilitation Center can turn dreams into reality.
Just do it. All right. Aptos would like to do it, but before they can do it, they're going to have to get the Knights out. They shut them out here in the fifth, or back in the fifth. Here we are in the sixth. Flores, Chiramonte, and Parachi scheduled to bat. They could shut them out again. They conceivably had a good opportunity there. That threat in the bottom of the fifth was of significance. Murphy just missed finding that gap. That would have had two more across. It would have been a two-run game. As it sits, we're at 7-3. Soquel on top and batting here in the top of the sixth. That pitch is the ball count goes even 1-1. Have a player of the game. Hopefully an interview following the game with the player of the game. As it stands now, who knows? Votes will be coming in from around the crew. Reed on the first base camera. Boucher on the third base camera. Jim Green, the center field cameraman. Swung on a rip, left field. Finally struck ball by Flores, goes all the way to the wall. Digging out there is Gamboa, who came on to play left for Hall. Flores with the stand-up double.
Now batting number 9, Giuseppe Chiramonte on deck, Karachi.
Weaver's got to be a serious candidate for player of the game if the score holds. Giving up 3 runs in the first inning, he shuts out the Mariners' scent. Chiramonte's been up 3 times and scored 3 times. Nothing but ink blots across the page for Chiramonte. I don't think he has a hit. Maybe one. Maybe one, said. That's one we disagreed on, huh, Dave? Okay. Dave Cece said the run across first base before he got the glove on it, and I'm scoring it that way. Okay. Guy's got better eyes than me. I don't know. Maybe the third baseman eats at his house. I don't know. That pitch. Taken for a ball. Count goes even 1-1. The runner at second is Flores. Giuseppe Chiramonte at the plate. 1 for 3 this afternoon. Scored 3 runs. Ripping one here in the 6th. Deep towards right center field. That's going to drop. Rounding third and heading for home is Jose Flores. He'll score run number 8. And Giuseppe Chiramonte has a double and an RBI. 8-3 here in the sixth.
Now batting number 22, Mike.
That ball struck to the deepest part of the field, a home run in almost any other area here. But it was too deep for Quillen and Pfister to get it. Flores scores. Chiramonte immediately into scoring position, and the batter Mike Paracci. Game starting to get away from the Mariners here. But in the Homer Dome, Fenway Park West, anything can happen. In other words, stay tuned. And the pitch. Nice strike. 1-1. Miller working like it's time for dinner. Working right away. Fouled back and out of play. Starts getting hungry here, I guess, about 5:40. Pacific Standard Time. Last week thereof. It'll be PDT next week. Okay, I'll have an extra hour to play. And a pitch to Paracci. Swung on and flied again. Look out in the cars. No clank. So Paracci continues at the plate with a count of 1-2. Chris Weaver on deck. Then Brazil. This is really a veteran Soquel lineup. Seems like we've been saying these names here for years. Pops up. Mike Murphy makes the catch. One out in the sixth.
Now batting the pitcher, number 3, Chris Weaver, on deck, Brazil.
So here comes Weaver. Weaver a fielder's choice in a single this afternoon. Two trips. Forget what happened to him in the fourth. Got the walk in the fourth. Back-to-back doubles here in the sixth. Another run across for Soquel. Aptos 3 runs. Soquel 8. Next to the last inning here. Scheduled for 7. Think we should get it in, huh? Good enough daylight. TV picture actually maybe a little brighter than what it is out here. Except with that picture with the blue background. 1-1 count as Mike Miller continues to labor away, trying to get these Knights out. Only one inning. Well, actually, 2 innings the Knights failed to score. Had runs in the first, third, fourth, and here in the sixth. Ball is striking and out. And a pitch. Swung on and missed. Nice changeup by Miller. And the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. They'll throw him out. And there are 2 away.
Now batting number 10, Jake Brazil, on deck, Mark.
So another left-handed batter for Soquel. Jake Brazil came into the game batting .269. 0 for 3 this afternoon. 6 RBIs for the season. And has not participated in the Soquel offense this afternoon. Quite frankly, they haven't needed them. They lead at 8-3. Trying to get to the 3-0 mark in league. Team that hopes to be right there with San Lorenzo Valley. Throw down a third. Good scoop and a good throw, but not in time. As Chiramonte becomes the runner at third. Two-0 pitch. Right. 2-1. Sharply struck, foul ball. Just hit the fence there where it bends around towards the right field line. Actually, it does look like Fenway Park down there where the kind of bends out a little bit. Of course, it isn't full of fans there. Fans have better seats here. They have their choice. Swung on and missed. Miller strikes out Brazil to end the inning. One more run across for Soquel. Here in the sixth, we played 5.5. Soquel 8, Aptos 3. Well, I think this gentleman wishes he had his glove with him. He's already taken one plunk to the roof of his machine there. He's going to stand over there and make sure nothing comes that way again. Well, maybe he's just going to pack it in. At any rate, these guys remain undaunted here in the cooling afternoon. They've got the catbird seat. They're contemplating their futures maybe on this very same field. But as we stand, we'll go to the bottom of the sixth inning. Matt Jacobs, Jamison Pfister, and J.D. Bergman scheduled to bat for Aptos. They trail it by a score of 8-3. And they are running out of time, obviously. And the game scheduled for 7. That pitch is ball 1. Weaver's gone the distance. Shaky start. Gave up a couple of singles and a home run in the first inning. Went immediately down by a score of 3-1. There's a solid base hit. This Jacobs a ripper. When he gets the wood on it, it just rips. That's his second single in a row here. Had one in the fourth. Now one in the sixth to lead things off. Here comes Pfister. Back in the fourth, it was Jacobs who lit it off with a single. He'll now sit as he leads off with a single here in the sixth. And Anthony Contreras will run for Jacobs. So Contreras, the runner at first. Pfister, the batter, batting .250 coming in. Looks at a strike that catches the inside corner on him for strike 1.
You gotta pull the ball out of the dirt. It can't be a strike.
And Weaver out of the stretch. Strike 2.
Jamie, relax up there, huh? You're a good hitter. Relax up there.
Rounded to third. Brazil, the second for 1. There'll be no throw to first, but they get the lead runner. And there's one away. In the sixth for Aptos.
Now batting number 8, J.D. Bergman. On deck, McDonald.
J.D. Bergman will bat. Bergman came on to catch for Wolf. Done a good job behind the plate since his arrival. See what he can do with aluminum. Swung on and missed. Weaver's just rearing back now.
Oh, we need base runners.
Cruising along, 5-run lead here, 8-3 with one gone in the 6th, next to last inning. Weaver's just letting it fly. Jacobs led it off with a single there in the 6th. Anthony Contreras came in to run. Had a very subdued lead there as the ball goes through the gap, base hit. Contreras will hold at second base. The Mariners will have runners at first and second. Pfister, the runner at second. I beg your pardon. It was Contreras who was erased. Pfister was in a fielder's choice. Now stands at second base. So Pfister, the runner at second. Bergman, the runner at first. Sean McDonald coming up. Donald's nothing but 2 this afternoon. So the hope's still alive here for Aptos. Only one out. Runners at first and second. McDonald. Will it be Noah Hall? Will it be Jeff Gamboa? Gamboa is standing out there. Gamboa batting .333, Hall .409. Not that much of a difference here in the early season. Hall 0 for 3 today. He's flied out 3 times to right field. Both Athenauer and Butita have owned him. This is McDonald with 1 out and runners at first and second. Aptos trailing by 5, trying to pull something out here in the gloaming. 1 and 2 as Weaver continues to pick away at the plate. Lead by Bergman. McDonald digging in. And out of the stretch, Weaver's pitch. Ball 2. Monty just dances all over that thing, doesn't he? I like the way he plays. And the 2-2 pitch is high. Count full, 3 and 2. So Gamboa going down to talk to Beach. I'm pretty sure now it will be Gamboa coming out as McDonald strikes out. The ball goes, the throw down to first goes into right field. To third comes Pfister. To second goes Bergman. And who's coming up? I think Gamboa is not coming up. He was standing in the on-deck circle. Pfister becomes the runner at third.
Now batting number 2, Noah Hall. On deck, Nizawa.
And now the change. Noah Hall comes up to the plate. Gamboa will not bat. Well, they're just going to wave Noah Hall down to first base. That'll load him up. And do that in high school baseball. Just tell them you want to give them the base, and they do.
Batting number 11, Brandon Nizawa. On deck.
So with 2 outs, the bases are loaded. Noah Hall gets the walk. Bergman at second. Pfister at third. And here comes Brandon Nizawa. 1 for 3 this afternoon. Give him the corner, inside corner on Nizawa. Strike 1. Two outs, a 5-run lead for Soquel, but the bases are loaded here for the Mariners. Ball one. 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch. Ball two. Pfister at third, Bergman at second, Noah Hall at first. Niezawa batting. 3:33 coming into the game. 1 for 3 this afternoon. Looks and takes that one in the other corner for a strike. 2-2. The inning, bottom of the sixth. Weaver to the plate. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. Zawa fans with bases loaded here for Aptos in the bottom of the sixth. The Mariners are gone with nothing across. There was no room left. But we've played 6 complete. And the Soquel Knights lead this game by a score of 8-3 over Aptos.
You're watching the Santa Cruz Channel, TCI Cablevision Channel 3, serving Santa Cruz County.
There's always a party at Larry's Surf and Turf on the Esplanade in beautiful Capitola by the Sea. If quality food and an unbeatable view is what you had in mind for lunch or dinner, Larry's is the place. Open 6 days a week, including Saturday and Sunday champagne brunch and Thursday night live jazz. Larry's is the hot spot on the Esplanade. Larry's specialties are made from only the freshest seafood and USDA prime beef. The local scene is gonna go crazy about Larry's Surf and Turf, 215 Esplanade in Capitola Village.
We got everything you need for having fun. We're Outdoor World.
We've got it all. The largest selection of name brand activewear for every season. Thousands of sporting goods and recreational items. Hunting, fishing, camping, hiking, surfing, swimming, skiing, biking, rafting, running, tennis track, bodybuilding, balls and bats.
We hear you for adventure. We're Outdoor World.
You are part of a dazzling new experience. It's more than the hottest new hard-hitting movies. There's no other channel like it. It's the Action Pay-Per-View Network. It's action, startling and explosive. It's shocking terror. It's fantastic sci-fi. It's outrageous, no-holds-barred excitement. And it's so hot, it's sizzling. A phone call gets you all the action. Call to see the movies you want. Pay only for what you order. Call for Action Pay-Per-View.
Hi, I'm Rusty Reed of TCI Cablevision and a member of the board of Big Brothers Big Sisters. It's that time again when we're gearing up for our biggest event of the year, Bowl for Kids' Sake. So if you'd like to come out and join the fun, April 17th or 18th at either the Surf Bowl or Cabrillo Lanes, then give Big Brothers Big Sisters a call. There's no time to lose, and remember, you don't even have to know how to bowl. Just have a good time.
Well, we got a new pitcher in there for Aptos. It'll be Jeff Simpson to work the top of the seventh. Simpson replaces Miller, who will replace Jason Quillen. So the third Aptos pitcher of the afternoon.
Top of the 7th inning for the night, number 14, Trevor Martin. On deck, Brown.
Jason Wolf's back in there at catcher. So we've got a completely different battery here. Wolf back in. And Jeff Simpson on the mound. Noah Hall goes back in left field. They try to keep up with the changes here. So the top of the seventh. Soquel leads at 8-3. Aptos threatened in the fifth, threatened in the sixth. Nothing across either time. In fact, they haven't scored since the first. Soquel well on its way to a 3-0 record here to start the Santa Cruz Coast Athletic League baseball season. Ball 2. Simpson immediately falling behind Trevor Martin. Martin Brown and Athenauer, or Martin Brown and Utita rather, scheduled for Soquel. Batters 7, 8, 9. Aptos will have Quillen, Cece, and Murphy, a formidable trio in the bottom of the 7th. They got to do something about Soquel here in the top. They trail it 8-3 as is.
Now batting number 5, Jeff Brown.
Here's Jeff Brown as Martin gets the walk. Sun playing tricks. Really accentuating the gold colors in the Soquel uniform. We still have a few minutes left of it. Martin the runner at first, Brown at the plate. Utita after that. They nearly get Martin. Jeff Simpson shows us a little of his move to first. Simpson on in relief of Miller here in the 6th, or in the 7th rather. Third Aptos pitcher this afternoon. A lot of people have been shuffled in and out on both teams. Throw down at second base will be well wide. Stolen base for Trevor Martin. And I don't know how many that is this afternoon for Soquel, but that is a bunch. They have had their way of it from first to second base here at Aptos this afternoon. So Brown, who's walked and flied out to the left fielder and flied out to center field, looking for his first hit of the afternoon, came in batting .176, off to a bit of a slow start so far in 1993. That pitch in the dirt and over Wolf's head, down to third goes Trevor Martin. Bob Beach's going to come out and talk to Jeff Simpson, who's just struggling out there right now. He walked Martin, got a 3-0 count to Jeff Brown. He just can't find the plate. Good opportunity to take a look at someone when you're trailing 8-3. That look might be rather brief, though, the way things are going for Simpson. Beach, though, always teaching. Gonna lift, and you get the feeling he'd lift him on a high note here. He wouldn't do it now. Throwing, I think, 8 pitches, and 7 of them have been 10 balls. Two and 1 the count. Not 3-0, 2-1. Violante corrects the scoreboard. So it isn't as bad as we thought for Leonard. Now it's 2-2, or for Simpson. Kids do good duty here chasing down these balls. The growth, of course, is all around the park, so if you don't keep your eye on it, you're going to lose it. Natural-born caddies, these guys, if there still were opportunities for those kind of guys. As the count goes full now to Jeff Brown, 3-2. Trevor Martin remains as the runner at third base. Potential run number 9 for Soquel. And swung on and missed. He struck him out. So a couple words from Beach put Brother Simpson right back on track as he strikes out Jeff Brown, and things are looking a lot better for him now.
Now batting number 19, Steve Utita on deck, Art Deacon.
An aficionado of the high top shoes is Jeff Simpson. Rio Gates was the first guy I ever saw wearing those kind of shoes a few years back for Harbor. Steve Butita with one out and a ball against him. Or a ball for him. And now with another one to join him. 2-0. Still only one out as this game becomes just a little bit sleepy here in this point. Everyone kind of going through the motions and not with any great amount of haste either. The crowd's quiet, the players are quiet. Few murmurs here and there. Not an animated lot in the stands. I can assume there's more Aptos fans here. I can't blame them for being somewhat weary. And the pitch is ball 4. And now runners on the corners once again for Soquel. And how many times have we said that today?
Batting number 20, Sal Archdeacon.
Go to the top of the batting order and Sal Archdeacon. Then Flores, then Chiramonte, and at least for the Mariners' sake, they better hope not Parachi too. 8-3, they certainly had their chances. Bottom of the 5th, bottom of the 6th, looked like they could close the gap. Runners galore, bases full in that 6th. Still, nothing across since the 1st for Aptos. Blew it all in on Murphy's home run, I guess. But there's an inning to go for them. Business at hand is, how do you get Soquel out of there? Almost got him. There's one out. Runners at first and third. Butita down at first. Martin at third. Sal Archdeacon is the batter. Batting for his 5th time today in a 7th inning game. That tells you a little something. Walked twice, scored twice. Ground ball, let's go. Nice dig up by Murphy. Good throw to first. They get the runner. Nice piece of work by Murphy that time with runners everywhere. Probably could have got Butita at second base had Butita not gotten such a big jump. But he gets Archdeacon for out number 2. That's the out they needed. And the batter will be Jose Flores. Looking ahead to that bottom of the 7th, Quillen, C.C. Murphy scheduled to bat. Quillen's had a couple of hits. C.C.'s had a hit and a walk. Murphy's had a home run, so there's always a chance. Like to get Simpson to shut the door on him right here. 8-3 the score. Soquel leads it. Chiramonte's on deck. As the 1-0 pitch comes to Flores. That's a ball. 2-0. Throw down a third. Big target down there is Murphy. He wasn't really near the bag. Wolf, I guess, during his absence from the game, he was replaced for a while by Bergman, probably told to be a little bit more aggressive. Seems to be so since he came back. A freshman. Only 7 or 8 games into his career. That's a strike. 3-1. Simpson trying to close him. Simpson can shut him out here. He will have done a task that has not been easy this afternoon for Mariner pitchers. Kel's been hot. Popped up. Might get out of the inning. McDonald tucked it. Popped around in the glove, but he squeezed it. The Knights are gone. At the end of 6.5, the score remains Soquel 8, Aptos 3. Somebody's not pleased with somebody's boyfriend, I think. Something to that effect. Anyway, it must be an Aptos fan. If she was a Soquel fan, I think she'd be a little happier than that. Who knows? The story is we're in the bottom half of the 7th inning. 8-3 game. Jason Quillen will lead it off, followed by Tim Cece, Murphy after that. Nothing in two. Weaver has been relentless out here since that first inning. He smells the V now as he hooks that one in there. That just missed somewhere, probably a little low. And the 1-2 pitch. Oh my, took a little reverse hop. Brazil thought he was going to be all over it. It just hit the turf. Aptos bounced into left field. So Quillen leads it off with a base hit. Tim Cece will bat, then Murphy. Cece 1 for 2 this afternoon. Sharpley struck single in the third. And a ball to Cece. Count even now, 1-1. Mariners need 5 runs to continue this game. 6 runs to go home with a V. Otherwise, they're going to start the Santa Cruz Coast Athletic League season with a loss. Swung on and missed by CC, 1-2. Big cut. He struck him out. So 1 out. Murphy coming up.
Number 16, Mike Murphy.
Pulling the runner at first. In the bottom of the 7th and last. And a pitch inside. 1-0. Matt Jacobs scheduled up next. He's been hot. 2 for 2. Contreras went in to run for him, but Jacobs back in the game. Murphy with that big homer in the first inning was the last run across for Aptos, the third. He got all 3 in the first inning, nothing since, as Weaver has just shut the door. And the 1-1 pitch to Murphy. Back to Weaver. He'll go to second for the lead runner and get him. Arch Deegan really had to hang on to the bag with his toe. The throw really was pulling him away from it, but the lead runner,
now batting number 20, Matt Jacobs.
Quillen, is gone.
On deck, Fister.
1-4, and with 2 outs, Murphy, the runner at first on the fielder's choice. The batter will be Matt Jacobs. Jacobs really gets the meat of that bat on the ball. He's got a good stroke. Jacobs, a junior. Another Weaver curveball. Jacobs batting .500 coming into the game is ascending. That one came in on him nicely, and Jacobs looked like he was ready for that. He's probably a little disappointed in that result. Weaver keeps bringing it. Nothing in 2 the count. The Mariners have 1 strike left. Ground ball, Brazil will go to second. The Mariners are gone. The Soquel Knights have won it. For Soquel, 8 runs on 7 hits. For Aptos, 3 runs on 9 hits. The final score, Soquel 8, Aptos 3. Our player of the game will be Chris Weaver. And when we come back, we'll try and have a chat with Chris Weaver.
And the final score of the
You're watching the Santa Cruz Channel, TCI Cablevision Channel 3, serving Santa Cruz County.